Hey, welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We are back on Brown Eyed Bird ASMR. I am ready to get into the rest of this case. And just to make sure that nothing happens as far as stuff exploding on me, I have checked and rechecked and triple checked that this is going to play well. Some of you who have been watching my streams with Stardew Valley have probably noticed that I've been having some issues, but I think I've got them all sorted out. But that is neither here nor there. So we left off finishing up the investigation, so we're ready to get into this trial. So let me see. Here we go. Day 2, trial. All right, so I hope that everybody is ready. You got your thinking caps on. You got your brainicles all charged up. Let's do this. Yes. Oh, I'm so happy to be getting back to this game. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Ooh, have we moved up or down? Okay, I don't know. Oop. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Oh boy, there he is. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studio, see? This here is the employee area. Yes, it's the flashing one. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 o'clock p.m. on that day. To pass the security station, there's a gate, see? Also flashing. Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. There we go. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. See, I remember in the last one they said this was tape, and it's like, wow, that's some really good tape to get like all those curves and stuff. Alright, so and now on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer, the defendant, Will Powers, and the young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 o'clock p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now, jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to the Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. Yee. The time of death was 2:30 p.m. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. All right. Well, I think we're all caught up to date then. Anyone like to hear that again? No, thank you. Y'all good? If you want to hear it again, feel free to rewind, because I'm not going back. I think I got it. Should I listen to that whole thing again? Skip it. I think we're good. I think I could probably remember that. Yeah, I think so too. So the murder weapon was a spear? How medieval. Samurai spear added to the court record. All right. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, What did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Let's do. Will the witness declare her name? Oh my god, no. Oh my god. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? Oh god, I can't remember her voice. My, aren't you a handsome fellow? There it is. I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please? Oh, Edgeworth, why do I feel you deserve this? Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Too easy. Your name, please. Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Yeah, I have noticed that. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. Oh god, here she goes again. The boy that... Oh yeah, I can't keep up with... Thank you. Objection. I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. Please. Please do, because I can't keep up, Judge. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Dearie. Makes me think of Rumpelstiltskin. All magic comes with a price, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, see, I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Yeah, she is. Okay. All right, witness's account. Let's do this. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1:00 p.m. There's her voice. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-through since... I can word. Poor old Hammer and the rest had been doing a run-throughs there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1:00 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Oh, she sounds more like entitled now. Now the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Okay. Her voice is all over the place. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I played this game. Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2:00 p.m. It was Powers, the man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. You saw the defendant then? Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. All right, so the problem is that what we've been trying to figure out this entire time is the fact that on the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1:00 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1:00 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right? Interesting to me, because a certain man walked by me at 2:00 p.m. All right, now, see, this is the thing. It's like, that one. Let me get this straight, Oldbag. Ms. Oldbag. No, you were right the first time, Phoenix. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. Ooh. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Ms. Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course! Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
No one in the court is accusing you of that, Ms. Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man.
Watch it. You find yourself in contempt of court.
Of course I have proof.
What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness, please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you.
It's a court. It's an investigation.
It's kind of their job, lady. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look.
Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. Okay, lady, what do you got?
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you.
At morning, during the run-through scene of the action scene, I saw Wait a minute. Whoa. I thought she said she was gone and she wasn't there until 1. Didn't she? He broke one of the props. It was a big mess.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day.
That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So the thing is she said she was gone until 1. So what was she doing there? Unless I don't know. So he had a sprained ankle. Oh, so he had sprained his ankle? Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. No, please don't make her squeal. I have a feeling the glass will shatter. All right. So the thing is I want to press her on the... Okay, I never say anything I mean. That morning during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. See? Trip and fall?
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai.
What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle.
I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her? She was clearing up the backdrops, I think. She didn't know about the Powers' ankle.
You may continue your testimony. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Which prop? He broke a prop?
Sure did. His own samurai spear.
His samurai spear? The murder weapon?
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
It strikes me as a significant detail. I better write this down in the court record. Samurai spear updated in the court record. So it's a break. There's a break there. So, again, we're not going to ask how she could be in 2 places at once, because I thought she said that she was out and unavailable. Like she had been gone and didn't get there until 1. That's what I thought I heard her say. That she had some errands to run or something. So she got there at 1 o'clock. But in the morning. So I don't know. Maybe I missed something. I'll have to go back and take a look at this in the editing. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Alright. But the important thing is that Penny doesn't know that there's a sprained ankle. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is, where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. The witness did see the steel samurai, yes? And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. Let's see. I suppose that's right. Are you sure? Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Let's see. I think I'll wait and see where this goes. I suppose since there weren't any additional crew members at the studio that day, it's quite likely that it was the defendant inside that costume. I see no problem with this evidence. Most perceptive, Your Honor. He still doesn't seem that convinced to me. I hope. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
All right.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers.
Wait a minute.
No one else went there.
Hang on. We're looking at this photo. Photo number 2. Yeah. Because we were talking about that in the last episode was the fact that there was a second one. That there was a second picture before this. So what happened to the first one? So we'll press on that.
If they had, I would have seen them.
So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be this steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Yep, we're going to cross-examine you, lady. All right. Time of poor Hammer's death, 2:30. Only person I saw go to the studio was Will Powers. Yeah, I don't think so. Hang on. See, we've got this thing here. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. The photo was taken by this camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Yes, sir, sonny.
So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture.
And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15th, 2 o'clock p.m., photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 o'clock p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Photo number 2?
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Ooh. Order! Order! Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I wanted to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet there is only data for the one of the photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access. The security lady herself.
Watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Well, yes, that's what it would seem to me.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy? Help.
Huh? Believe me, I want to. But I don't know what... Believe me, I want to. But I don't know what this means either.
Humph, some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too.
Uh-oh.
Whippersnapper?
Something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai?
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
Oh, boy. I see. Your testimony, please. The other person.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see. Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Ah-ha-ha. Ah-ha-ha-ha-ha. So we're gonna ask you about that, lady. Ms. Oldbag, this is the first I've heard about this.
Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Oh, boy. So, guess what, lady? Every day, that's finish the guard duties, have another important job. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos. And come to think of it, now I remember throwing that one out. Oh, guess what? Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
A fanboy.
Fanboy?
Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
Oh, yes, we remember seeing that.
The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
I told you they were freaks. Oh, and they're kids. Children. Whippersnappers.
Kids? So, on the photo that you erased...
It was a boy. Probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
What? I'm a killer. I'm a killer. Holy cow. Order. Order. Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes. Well, we see his type there every day. Can't stop him. Can't catch him. They're Pokemon.
A boy in the 2nd or 3rd grade? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right? As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased that data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect.
Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time. Yes, sir. Alrighty. Alright, October 18th, 11:08 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Mr. Powers? Yes? Tell me straight. Were you really in your dressing room? You didn't go to the studio? I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping. Honest.
So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo?
How should I know? The Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really.
What? You should take better care of that stuff.
I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me? It doesn't look good. You're the only likely suspect right now.
Nick, what are we gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right! And it'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right. But if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot. You don't sound very optimistic. I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey, Nick. It's time.
Okay. Let's go. Okay. So, what does that mean? Please don't sigh like that. Oh, poor Will. Poor teddy bear. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence, but there is still no one else who could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. Very well, Mr. Wright, your thoughts? All right. The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime. Order! Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized. Ooh, we don't want that. Right. Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough. So, who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed the murder? Alright. We're not stupid enough to try and accuse a grade school boy. 10 years old? No. We can't accuse the assistant because if you remember, she didn't know about the sprained ankle. So it can't be her in there because if she knew, she would have been dragging her foot like that. Plus, honestly, she was in another area. She'd even said she was, and the security lady confirmed it that she was off, cleaning certain areas. So the only one left, at least to press, now I'm not saying she did it, I don't think she did, but the only one to accuse at this point without being penalized is the security lady. Penny doesn't know Powers will be limping. The spear is too heavy for a kid to lift. So you'll get, we're going to do, the security lady. Are you ready? Because I have a feeling this is going to be fun. Also, I don't imagine I'm going to be able to keep up with the tirade she's about to give. So 3, 2, 1. It was the security lady, Wendy Oldbag.
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this picture. That means whoever is in the suit know about that warning's injury. Maybe because they had been watching the action scene run through. There was only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady, Oldbag.
What? Whippersnapper?
Order! Order! Is this true, Oldbag?
Oldbag? That's Ms. Oldbag to you.
Ms. Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume. Then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder. Why would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume? Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera at the gate would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers. I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright. Oh, yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. Yeah, well, okay, let's not get ahead of ourselves. To be fair, Sherlock Holmes probably would have figured out the mystery by now. That's odd. Isn't this the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection and some new damning evidence? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
Get Oldbag some aloe. She just got burned. What? What's that supposed to mean? Oh, so you all think I did it. Is that it? Edgy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this the whole way. Yep, we're not going to give Granny a break. We're going to press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers a suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Ms. Oldbag's actions on that day.
But why would I do something so horrible to poor Hammer?
Yeah, good question. You forget that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too. Indeed. That did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope. Oh, I have a feeling she's going to have very hard feelings.
Wait just a minute. What about the other person who went to the studio? The boy! The one whose photo I erased.
Well, will she get laughed out of the court? He's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. 2nd or 3rd grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops.
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright? That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Or is it to be... Or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders' day? Whippersnapper.
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed? Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? Yeah. Where's it? Well, we could do the spear, because it's too heavy. Or we could do... Well, so there's two choices. Either we point out that the spear is too heavy, or we point out the card key, because that's how you get in. I want to do the card key, because the spear feels like they could try and say, oh, well, 10-year-olds are strong. My nephew is 10 years old. I don't know how heavy this spear is, but I've seen him try to lift... Yeah, my nephew is 10, almost 11 years old. I even think he would struggle, honestly. We're going to do this. All right. The scene of the murder, as we all know, was in Studio 1. However, you need a card key to enter Studio 1. How could a boy with no formal relation to the studios have a card key? I just realized that there's very slim ground we can stand on, because how did we get a hold of one? I see. Well, would the witness care to comment on this?
No.
The windbag. Speechless. This has got to be a first. Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Ms. Windy. What was her name? Something Oldbag, Your Honor. Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned. Ah. Uh-oh. Ho-ho-ho!
Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run off barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk. Ms. Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony? Again?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about? By whom? Huh. You mean it wasn't Edgeworth who told her not to talk? Well, testify.
Ooh, this is gonna be good.
My lips were sealed. Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. Ooh! They said they had nothing to do with it. See?
So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accuse me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Ho, 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 ho. Ms. Oldbag, this is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
No, this isn't a bad dream, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, some other people, huh? Who were these other people? Global Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people there. So who was it? Who were these people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
Their director? We should have known something was fishy. How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course.
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
So where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime, and they had a meeting after that.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer.
Studio 2? There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map, that's true. There's Studio 2. Here it is. It's flashing and everything. It's radioactive. See how it's flashing? You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
Path where the monkey's head was fallen over.
Is it just me, or in that picture does it look like the body of the monkey is pushing the head?
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination? I think I've already asked all my questions, but yeah, we're going to take a break. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at Global Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer and some bigwigs were all present. Yet as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers. The court acknowledges the defense's point. Yes. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Ms. Oldbag, and more information about these other people we have just been told of. Uh-oh. Edgeworth is about to burst a vessel in his eye. I understand, Your Honor. Yeah, you could just hear the teeth grinding. It's like, I understand, Your Honor. See how I'm smiling? This ends the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned. Drudges right now is going, get me the heck out of here. All right, back to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby. Let's go out to the lobby and ask what we should do. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me.
Aw, really, it's nothing. Oh, or should I...
We'll be going down the studios to do some more We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. We have to find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. So now's my chance to get material for the cross-examination.
So, Nick, have we figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been the old windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers? I don't think it was her, really.
Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Someone had to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her.
Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studios.
Right. We'll be back to visit you soon.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. All right. To be continued. Ooh, perfect timing. So we are going to leave this episode off here. I am getting really into this. I desperately want to see what it is going to turn out to be. I cannot wait to see this producer, this director, and all the other bigwigs. Oh, I can't wait to do their voices either. It's going to be so fun. But in the meantime, we're just going to wrap things up here. But hey, thank you for tuning in. I am so glad so many of you are enjoying this and having lots of fun listening to me do all these voices. New episodes will be up. I am hoping to get through all of episode 3 before the end of the year. Maybe not necessarily posted online, but definitely through all because I want to go into the new year with new everything. Just start afresh with everything. I mean, I'll still be posting the episodes, but as far as my recording schedule goes, it's time for a fresh beginning. So anyway, thank you for sticking around to listen to me ramble here. Remember, like and subscribe, share this with your friends. It really helps the YouTube algorithm pick me up and get us more attention so that we can spread the word about this game and other fun games I do on this channel, as well as fun other audios that I do. So see you all next time. Thanks for listening, Tweethearts.